I am participating in a 25-mile charity walk to raise money for Gaza. You can donate. The link to donate is in my bio. Please interact with this video and please help me spread the word. On Saturday, March the 30th, me and a couple other Buffalonians are going to walk from downtown Buffalo to Niagara Falls. It's 25 miles, the same distance as the Gazan coast. The goal is to try to create an event, an occurrence, a stunt that people will talk about on Facebook, on TikTok, maybe even we get into the local news. And then what are we going to do with all that attention? Well, we're going to tell people to donate to this GoFundMe. 1/3 of the money collected will go to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. 1/3 of the money will go to Refugee Alliance, and the other third of the money will go to a man named Hassan Abulba. Hassan is a Buffalonian like me. He was born in Gaza. He's got relatives that are still in Gaza. He's trying to put together money for passports, visas, travel fees, all that sort of stuff, so that they can all get out. He's already had some success. Just last month, he got his kid sister Yara out, and she's living in Buffalo now. Actually, Hassan's got a TikTok page, so go follow him. Because in addition to this charity walk that I'm participating in this weekend, Hassan's got like 2 or 3 other GoFundMes that he's running right now to try to get other family members out. Dude has a big family, so like we can recruit a whole bunch of new Buffalonians just off of the one guy, and Lord knows this city always needs a deeper bench. But yeah, please donate, please help spread the word. I will try to take some photos and some video clips on Saturday, and I'll post them here on TikTok on Sunday or something like that.
Dozens of Western New Yorkers walking in prayer and solidarity this weekend as they call for a ceasefire in Gaza. Participants will gather in Niagara Square here in downtown Buffalo Saturday and set off for a 25-mile walk, making their way to Prospect Point in Niagara Falls. Participants anticipate walking for over 12 hours. I caught up with the event organizer and a man who hopes this event will help save his family members. They told me the reason behind the pilgrimage.
As they break their Ramadan fast, Hassan Abulba is grateful to have his sister by his side. After this viral video on TikTok,
today I'm asking the public to help me rescue my family, help me share this.
Helped him raise enough money to bring her from Gaza to Buffalo.
It felt awesome. I felt like she, her life is no longer at risk, and she's safe.
He's lived in Western New York since 2014, but says his mom and other sisters are in Egypt waiting to join him after escaping the Israel-Hamas war where thousands have died.
150 of which who are my family members who have passed away during this war.
Now he's trying to save his surviving family members.
My cousins are still in Gaza. I'm trying to get them out, and the rest of my family. Anything to help them get out of Gaza, and that situation is not easy at all.
He has a GoFundMe page with a goal of raising $70,000 to help the rest of his family. But he's hoping an event coming up this weekend will help him out.
Part of a global movement. There's a Gaza ceasefire pilgrimage movement internationally. I heard of other cities doing it, and I thought I really want to do that here.
So Lindsay Acker organized a 25-mile walk from Niagara Square to Niagara Falls, the same distance as the Gaza coastline. She says it's important they do this during Holy Week.
In such an important time, we need to be, speaking up and walking in our values, right?
The goal is to raise awareness and money through donations. And 1/3 of the proceeds will help Hassan and his family.
That felt, good because I've been trying to bring awareness to this for quite a while now. They wanted to make sure they're safe, and we're very grateful for that.
So the walk gets started at 6:30 a.m. Saturday morning in Niagara Square. We've got more information for you on WKBW.com.
Buffalo City Hall, 25 miles to Niagara Falls. 22 miles to Niagara Falls. 18 miles. 14 miles. 10 more miles. 8 more miles. 6 more miles. 3 more miles until Niagara Falls. 2 more miles. 1 mile. I participated in a 25-mile charity walk. We went from downtown Buffalo to Niagara Falls. This video is just going to be me info dumping a bunch of observations I had about the experience before I forget. Me and 12, maybe 15 other people did the full 25 miles, but there was 30, maybe even 40 people who did sections of it. It was an incredibly diverse turnout. There was maybe a third of the people there were Jewish, because Jewish Voices for Peace Buffalo made it like an official group event. There was 2 Yemeni sisters who, like, as we passed through their neighborhood, they jumped on with us and walked with us for a few hours. There was a brother and sister from Gaza who live in Buffalo now, who walked with us for, I want to say maybe the first 9 miles or so. The oldest person who made it the whole 25 miles was 77 years old, and he was fasting, so he took no food and no water during the sunup hours of it. And there was an Orthodox Jewish family who had 3 little kids, and they jumped on maybe in the last 2 miles of the walk with us, and the 2-year-old walked quite a bit. They had to be pushed in the stroller for a chunk of it, but the little ones, they made it too. By the end of the walk, we all knew each other very well. You run out of small talk like a good 3 miles in. So, like, as I was leaving, I was thinking, man, I feel like I went to summer camp with all these kids now at this point. It's like you had really personal conversations for a lot of the walk. Really unique idea. It was not organized by any organization or church. It was like just some lady. She decided she was going to do it and do it alone, and then she started telling people about it. And everyone she told was like, I would do that. I would do at least a section with you. So she decided to make it a public event, and that's it. It's a really interesting form of like action or protest or whatever you want to call it, because it's like very quiet and like dignified and non-confrontational, but it's still a big gesture. Like 25 miles is tough, but it's doable. But it's just such a like strange thing to do that people were like really impressed and interested and wanted to ask a lot of questions. Local media did some stories about it when it was announced, but there was our local NPR, one of the cable news channels, and the Buffalo News all showed up on the route to like talk to us on the way. So I think it was like a really interesting way of getting people's attention. On a personal note, completely unrelated to Gaza or ceasefire or anything like that, the group made it from downtown Buffalo to the 290 in 5, maybe 6 hours. And when I had that realization, like that we had crossed the 290, like something rewired in my brain where I was like, oh my God, like just a group of random people, we're not athletes or anything like that, we can walk this whole thing in the time it takes to like digest breakfast and get ready for lunch. Like, this city is not as big as I thought. I had never physically walked the entire distance of the city of Buffalo before, and it made the city feel smaller, but like in a cool way. I was like, this is just a community, this is just a town, this is just a village. And the people that I know that live in that neighborhood and that neighborhood, they're not separated by infinite gulfs of everything. Like, it's all happening in the same little footprint. So I already love Buffalo, and it made me love Buffalo even more to like physically walk it. That was cool. I did not expect that. Walking 25 miles is symbolic because it's the same distance as the Gazan coast. And there was like, as you're going through it and your body is starting to hurt and you're getting exhausted and all that sort of stuff, I started thinking like toward the end, like, holy shit, like people in the world, their bodies have felt exactly like this tired after this much walking, but they're carrying their suitcases, having no food, no water, in the hot, waiting to get shot or like bombed. And I know that like I've heard that many, many times on TikTok and on the news and everything, but to like be physically experiencing it, to physically walk that distance and be thinking somebody else walked that distance, it just made it all just that little bit more real, which was really like, it was kind of emotional. Like, be like, holy shit, people have done this exact same thing that I'm physically doing right now, but under like way more terrifying conditions. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Incredible experience. Would definitely do it again. Definitely would recommend it. Yeah, really cool idea. So big ups to Miss Lindsay Acker of Buffalo, New York, who came up with the idea. Fucking genius. Yeah, neat thing. I walked 25 miles yesterday in Buffalo's first ceasefire pilgrimage, and it's top story at WIVB right now. I am going to give mad props to WIVB right now, because some of the other participants gave like serious grown-up statements to the reporter, and the reporter was willing to print them. What's happening there is unspeakable, and more people need to keep looking at it and letting ourselves feel it so that we can move through it and we can stop it. That is like, you know, like a 6 for a Facebook statement, but that's like a 10.5 for local news. I understand the importance, and I feel bad for like local news and like the death of local news stuff, but if local news only wants to print like turkey trots and fluff pieces, then like they are gonna go extinct. So WIVB, like, having some balls, like, good on ya. Also, I think that's me. I think that's my forehead behind the guy in the green jacket. Go check it out.
The war between Israel and Hamas continues, nearing its 6-month mark. Here at home, Western New Yorkers are calling for ceasefire, and some are taking demonstrations one step at a time. News 4's Dylan Morello joins us with their stories.
Marley, event organizers tell me that over 60 people took part throughout the day for a Gaza ceasefire pilgrimage. A 25-mile walk that began at 7 a.m. downtown all the way to Niagara Falls, calling for peace.
There's really not much to say when we're talking about human life. Like the fact that this conversation is still happening, the fact that we have to walk is wild. Yeah. And it's disheartening.
The pilgrimage began at 6:30 a.m. this morning in Niagara Square, with those in attendance beginning a 25-mile journey to Prospect Point in Niagara Falls State Park. It wasn't a straight shot. Various stops were worked in for rest, prayer, and song.
25 miles is nothing compared to what's going on over there, and what's happening there is unspeakable, and more people need to keep looking at it and letting ourselves feel it so that we can move through it and that we can stop it.
Neighbors I spoke with gave background on the pilgrimage. They tell me from the Rafah border crossing into Egypt to the northern border, Gaza is about 25 miles long on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. That's why today they traveled Buffalo's coast along the Niagara River to stand in solidarity with Gaza.
Not everyone knows what's going on. Not everyone is paying attention. Not everyone cares. And as someone who cares deeply, it's felt very isolating. Now I know that, I'm not alone.
Donations gathered Saturday will go to humanitarian efforts like Refugee Alliance International, the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, and a local family working to get their surviving family members out of Gaza, all in an effort for peace.
Ceasefire to us, it can't be something just until the holiday's over, right? It's not something for the next 2 weeks. It needs to be something that is lasting.
It's for everyone. It's human life, Arab or non-Arab. Human life, human injustices, they need to end.